Students at all educational levels come to us with variations in their ability to read fluently and comprehend texts. Although elementary teachers are well versed in phonics, phonemic awareness, decoding, fluency, and comprehension, all educators ought to be familiar with the joy and beauty of teaching literacy. In this video, we'll be focusing on some differences between fluency and comprehension. We hope to provide you with a space to reflect on how you might help younger and older students in their literacy development. All right then, let's begin. Before we get into the differences, let's discuss decoding. To learn to read, one must master the process of decoding, which involves separating and combining sounds. It involves both knowledge of letter-sound relationships and the ability to apply that knowledge to accurately recognize written words and decipher their meaning. Decoding helps kids identify words they don't yet recognize, which lays the groundwork for vocabulary development as well as reading fluency and comprehension. Reading is a difficult task. For instance, decoding words alone does not necessarily indicate that a pupil is a fluent reader. The capacity to read quickly and accurately is known as fluency. Students must be able to read smoothly, whether they are reading loudly or quietly, in order to comprehend what they read. Fluent readers use phrases and the correct intonation while reading aloud. Comprehension is one's ability to properly read and process text by understanding its meaning. We can break down text comprehension into two major components. 1. Literal comprehension, and 2. Inferential comprehension. Literal comprehension is sometimes described as comprehension that is on the page or right there. This is the most basic kind of comprehension. Literal comprehension is when the reader or the viewer acknowledges what they are seeing or hearing. The specifics of the literal comprehension are laid out and are really easy to understand for everyone. It is also considered the simplest type of comprehension. In order to understand inferentially, the reader or viewer must draw on prior knowledge of the topic and recognize relevant text clues, words, images, or sounds. Unless or until the reader uses their past knowledge of the particular subject, it is pointless. Inferential comprehension is considered as think and search comprehension. Reading is a complex process. For example, just because a student can decode words does not mean they are fluent readers. Likewise, just because a student can read fluently does not mean that the student is able to comprehend what they are reading. Further, students might be able to comprehend the literal details of a text, but might not be able to infer meaning or make text-to-self, text-to-text, or text-to-world connections. The truth is that students need to be able to decode a text fluently to understand it. And to truly understand what they are reading, students require cultivated oral and written language skills and world knowledge. No matter your content area or grade level, educators need to explicitly teach reading fluency and comprehension skills applied to a wide array of discipline-specific texts. If students are to acquire the literacy skills necessary to thrive in school and out of school contexts, teachers must scaffold their instruction in accordance with any gaps in knowledge and decoding, fluency, and comprehension identified via reading assessments. Consider how you could implement a workshop model, tailored to your educational context, in your classroom to help you teach core curriculum content and differentiate your instruction according to the individual needs of your students. And most importantly, Dr. Goldie Muhammad reminds our educators that the explicit teaching of skills is only one tiny facet of literacy. Decoding, fluency, and comprehension, for example, should be taught in conjunction with a variety of texts that develop your students' identities, intellectualism, criticality, and joy. Decoding, fluency, and comprehension are interrelated processes and skills inherent in teaching literacy. Decoding involves both knowledge of letter-sound relationships and the ability to apply that knowledge to accurately recognize written words and decipher their meaning. The capacity to read quickly, accurately, and correctly is known as fluency. Two major types of textual comprehension are literal and inferential. While explicit instruction in fluency and comprehension skills is necessary, these skills should be taught in the pursuit of developing students' identities, intellectualism, criticality, and joy. That is a wrap on this video. We hope you liked it, and if you did, make sure to press the like button. So, tell us, how do you teach decoding, fluency, and comprehension to students in primary, secondary, and/or tertiary education? Plus, if you have any questions or comments regarding this topic, make sure to write them in the comments section below. Thank you for your service, educators. Until the next time, adios. Bye-bye.